Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Midweek debate. Once again, we had technical issues. We couldn't start at exactly 8 p.m. Today, we've started a bit early. We started a bit early, just
Yes,
changed
yes.
the timing a bit, but all is good, all is well. Can't complain, can't say that it's all bad. But hey, we're here. Long time no see. It's been a while. Casey, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm
Mhm.
fine. I'm fine. Good to be here again. We always miss the EPL during the international break. You know,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
weeks to relax. If it was when Manchester United was losing their matches, I would say
Mhm.
2 weeks to rest. But now I wish there was no international break because we have been playing better. The momentum is great, but
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Good to be here.
yeah, it's good to be here. So, the international break, some things happened. A certain team is not going to the World Cup.
It's crazy.
A certain team is not going to the World Cup. What happened, guys? You guys were in a very good position. You have a very good squad. It's unlike Kenya. We got walloped 8-0 yesterday.
Well, like I said, I said before we started, if you don't do the right things, this
Hmm.
is the kind of result you get. I mean, just like what happened between Manchester United and Grimsby, that match was a turning point. If we said it here, I believe not qualifying for the World Cup is going to be a turning point for the Nigerian team
Yeah,
because a lot of misappropriation of funds. Imagine the under 17 went to go and play their tournament. They were paid $50.
$50.
I'm telling you, a lot of things are going on. Like they were paid $50. You know how much FIFA actually and CAF actually released to those. Even the under 17 is well funded. You
Hmm.
know, they
Yeah,
were paid $50. Where is the money? The
good
team,
question.
Super Eagles team from the women team, they are owed as far back as 2018.
Oof,
You
oof.
know, a lot of
Yeah.
issues. So the Congo team,
Hmm.
kudos to them. I'm not going to
Yeah.
take anything away from their victory. They outplayed the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Hmm.
They came out to win their match. You know, they came out, they
Yeah.
had a game plan, they stuck to it, and they won their match.
Hmm.
Decisive. Now, you
Yeah.
can imagine when there's a rumor that the president promised them $1 million if they win
Yeah.
as an incentive. Now, imagine a country like Congo with
Hmm.
a very small population, and
Hmm.
their president is giving them that kind of incentive. Now, how much
Yeah.
more Nigeria, giant of Africa, you
Hmm.
know, with the
Hmm.
resources and stuff, there was no incentive. So things like this are expected. I hope if we start now to work on it,
Hmm.
it's not too late. In the next 4 years, we'll get a good team and try as much as possible to get to the World Cup.
Yeah. 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 So Casey, it's not that I'm not listening to you. Guys who are just joining on TikTok, I'm trying to set up things as we go. We we tried using the desktop application to go live. I couldn't hear Casey through my headphones, so we had to change last minute. As well as it's a change of timing. We've started 1 hour early due to unavoidable circumstances, of course, as well as we want to make sure that Casey does not sleep late. Because where Casey is, it's what now? Midnight? Past midnight?
Yes, 14 past
Yeah,
midnight.
yeah, past midnight. So thanks to everyone who's joining. So the midweek debate, as usual, it's all about discussing the current topics, the heated debates, what's going on. And one of the things that I'm going to ask you, KC, what on earth is going on? There are rumors from Indy Kyla on TikTok. I like that title. I like that title.
Oh,
So
I
in
just saw it.
yeah, so Indy Kyla came out. Was it 2 days ago? To state that Manchester United have submitted a bid for Adam Wharton, and he's among the many names that have been linked with United for the January transfer window. other rumors are stating that Baleba is the primary target. So, what do you think about this? Would you like us to go for Wharton in January?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Wharton is a good player, at least. He's a deep playing. He relaxes a bit, you know.
yeah.
He's very, very good. And
Hmm.
if Manchester United has made a bid for him, it's actually a good development.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a good development. I think the thing with Baleba is that many of us are no longer convinced that we are no longer sold like we were before.
Hmm.
I think because of the
Hmm.
dip in form, and many factors could have affected it. Maybe the euphoria of Manchester United coming for him, and
Yeah.
probably I don't know. He's a professional, so I don't. This next one, I don't think he's going to do it. I wanted to say something about trying to drag his price down, but he's a professional. I don't think he's going to do that. You
Hmm.
understand? And but I mean, if if you are going to play for a club like Manchester United, you should be able to test what kind of pressure comes with signing you. Because
Yes.
if you're
True.
receiving 10 pressures in Brighton, when you come to Man
Hmm.
U, just 90 times 100.
True.
Immediately you sign for Manchester United, you have not even played
Hmm.
match. The
Hmm.
the Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City fans, they will just start. They will create a song for you. They will start
Yeah.
taunting you. Then the media will start every day.
Hmm.
Every day, Jamie Carragher will insult you. You know. Then it's not just
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
yes, and it's not just from it's not even just from opposition. Even Manchester United legends will pick you up and they will
Yes.
start dissecting you. So a lot of pressure playing for Manchester United. So we are no longer
Mm.
sold for Baleba. I mean, look at
Yeah.
Marc Guehi. That's another example. You see what he
Yes.
did there. He didn't make his transfer, but he has been playing well. Kept
Hmm.
a cool head, playing for club and country, playing very well. So
Yeah.
Wharton is very, very good for Manchester United. So if you
Mm-hmm.
have gone for him, if it's confirmed that we
Yeah.
have submitted a bid for him, I hope it works through and because we actually need somebody in that field. I
Yeah.
watched Ugarte. I watched Ugarte yesterday, and I
Hmm.
was just saying we need somebody. We need somebody. No, no, no.
Yeah. Yeah. We do need options in midfield. Remember when we spoke about Wharton, the likes of Anderson, Baleba, I did mention that other clubs were going to come in. So yesterday I saw rumors of Chelsea going in for Elliot Anderson. And I remember one of the names that I mentioned that Chelsea would be replacing or looking to replace is Lavia. And the tweet that I saw was in similar lines that Chelsea want to go for Elliot Anderson in January to replace Lavia. So when you look at such things, United need to move fast. For example, Wharton, he loves Crystal Palace. He might decide to stay there, or he might decide to go to another big club that wants him. So if there is an opportunity in January to go for Adam Wharton, we absolutely need such kind of a profile. Because right now you look at our midfield, Bruno did show in the international break that he plays well as a 10.
Yes,
He plays well as a 10. He gave a hat trick of assists. He scored a hat trick. You know, you look at that performance, and now with Šeško out, we are going to discuss Šeško match later in the show. I would prefer playing Bruno as a 10, probably pushing Cunha or Mbumo up front, and then playing
Mount.
Mount or Kobe, especially Kobe in the midfield. So, yeah, Wharton is a no-brainer. That's someone who is available to go for. The question will be: will he be willing to leave Crystal Palace because he's a very loyal player to Crystal Palace, as well as would Crystal Palace be willing to let him go in January? And they are a club that seems to be on the high.
That's the question is will he be willing to go? But I
Yeah.
think realistically he's more prone to come to Manchester United than what's it called than Elliot.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
way I'm looking at Elliot, a lot of clubs are going to go for him.
Mm.
You know, a lot of clubs are going to go for Elliot.
Yeah.
So we might have a problem signing him. Coupled with the price tag, nobody's going to sign him. Manchester, I'm not going to say nobody. Manchester United is not going to sign him for that amount, 100, 120. We are not going to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
And we remember
That's
he
true.
also has a difficult owner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nottingham Forest, he has a very difficult owner. So
Yeah, it wouldn't happen. Anthony Sadiki on TikTok is saying, "No way we can get two of our main three midfield targets. Um, World Cup is coming. Clubs will be hard-headed. True, World Cup is coming. Not only clubs, players might not want to risk. Remember, I said that recently that a player might look at the chances of coming to United and playing week in, week out, and probably they might have a look and say, "Oof, I might go there, not perform well, not get the national team call up,
yes,
or I might go there, start from the bench, because we know Amorim wouldn't start a new signing straight away." So they might look at it and say, "Oh, let me wait for the World Cup." Another aspect we have to also consider is sometimes, or most of the times, the transfer fee or the price of the player goes up after the World Cup year. So based on the performance, let's say if Elliot Anderson goes to World Cup, performs well, let's say England get to the quarters or the semis, if the current price is 100, 120, it might even be 150, you know?
yes,
So yeah, it's a very, very tricky balance. Do you go for the player now? They say no. Do they tell you wait until the World Cup is done and then the club comes and says, hey, based on how he performed in the international stage or on the international stage, we are going to add another 20 million. And then, of course, there is always that United tax, which is around 20 to 30 million.
yes. So
Yeah,
I just hope we get somebody there. All the players we are going to do, Anderson, Wharton, they are all good players. Baleba,
yeah,
So
yeah.
any one of them is okay.
Yeah, yeah. Then Anthony adds on and says, get one of the three this January, then come summer, we get
Yes,
another one, depending on how our season is. Yeah, yeah,
I agree.
it can happen. One thing I know, and I was having this discussion with a colleague of mine recently, is United still have the pool. If United are interested in a player, most players will definitely say yes. More so right now that United don't have a lot of players uh, in the squad. United right now, it's not like City, it's not like Arsenal. Most of the
Yes,
players who are getting signed or who are targets, who are United targets, are first team kind of players. This no, not first team, first 11 kind of players.
yes,
And of course, you look at the project. Some of them might look at the project and say, yeah, if I go there, it's a new coach, it's a new team. They might make it to Europe, they might make it to Europa League, Champions League, Conference League. So let me move. So the United do still have the pool.
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Mm,
And anybody
mm.
that comes down is guaranteed a first start. First team
Yeah,
start. So,
yeah, yeah. And another player from Crystal Palace is Marc Guehi. He's available on free next summer. He refused to sign a new contract.
yeah, I don't
He's
blame
moved.
him. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to sign a new contract because um Frank Thomas, right, the coach, messed him up.
Hmm.
He messed him up. I want to leave. He kept a
It's
cool
it's
head.
not Thomas. It's
What is it?
uh,
Thomas is
me again
Tottenham.
with names. No. He's at Crystal Palace. So the it's, Glasner.
Yes, Oliver
Glasner.
Glasner. Yes, Oliver
Yes.
Glasner.
Mm.
I mean, Wisa was rebellious. Isak was rebellious, and they got their move.
Yeah.
But McGuey acted like a professional.
Professional. Yeah.
He kept training. He was playing. He played what's it called? The preseason matches,
Yeah.
and he submitted his bid. I want to go. You said you okayed it.
Hmm.
Said okay, no problem. Then die
Hmm.
minutes, die minutes. You told him no, that he can't leave.
No,
If he
he
leaves,
can't
I
leave.
leave. if he
and
leaves silently.
wanted to offer to offer him a new contract.
Yeah. And so
Mhm.
and he said okay, he continued playing. Some players would have, you know, lost form, start misbehaving, but he kept his head
Yeah.
and he started playing back. So
Mhm.
if it's me, I'm not going to take a new contract except you give me Ronaldo's standard wage.
Yeah.
So
1 million a
he
week.
has all the good chips right now,
Hmm. Hmm.
and he's a good player. He's a good player, but it's going to be
Yeah.
difficult for Manchester United. It's going to be difficult for Manchester United.
Honestly, I don't think he prefers a move to United. If it
It's not.
happens, I would be shocked because
Uh,
he clearly wants Liverpool, and Liverpool clearly want him. And I'm sure Liverpool have made all the right steps. They have made all the right moves to make sure that they sign him. In fact, after the failed move, I'm thinking that Guehi told Liverpool, "I'll come for on a free. I won't sign a new contract, so I'll come on a free." The unfortunate part about the same competition kind of signings, they can't sign a pre-contract in January, so they'll have to wait. They'll have to wait for him in the summer. The other thing that things to change. Things to change. For example, if Liverpool don't make it to the Champions League, and let's say United or Arsenal are in the Champions League, then Marc Guehi might go like, "Hey, look, you guys, you're no longer playing the Champions League. You don't look like you can win a trophy anytime soon. Let me go where I'm needed." But my thinking is Liverpool, simply because right now Liverpool on a high. They have a good squad, and they have an aging defense. You look at their
yes.
defenders; they have an aging defense. You might look at it and say, "Hey, next season or two, I'll be in the starting lineup," because, of course, Van Dijk is aging, and they do need someone to start shadowing him as a replacement.
Yeah. But I think he might actually end up at Chelsea. That's where I'm
Hmm.
seeing him ending up at because if you look at it, Konate, Van Dijk, at least Van Dijk still has a couple of seasons, maybe one season or so.
Hmm. Yeah.
Konate, in as much as anything we want to say about Konate, is actually a good defender.
Hmm.
Just that Van Dijk is overshadowing him you know, but he's a good defender. So if Gueye wants to sign for a club that he will go in and not wait for 1 or 2 seasons to play football, regular
Yeah.
football, it's Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's better than all Chelsea defenders,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe except James and Cucurella. But the 5 and 6 is better than all. And if he go
Hmm.
there, he will be the first choice. So if I were to be him, I'm sure Chelsea will go for him. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Also, you look at United. You look at the midfield, the defense side of things. We are stacked.
You're
We are
stacked. You're
completely
stacked.
stacked.
You're stacked. At least we have somebody that that can maybe compete with him a little bit because he's a very good defender.
Yeah.
We have somebody that can compete with him a little bit in that role. If
Hmm.
not for injury, we wouldn't even be taking. If not for Martinez injury, we won't be saying this thing. Let's go and get Marc Guehi. If just for because of the injury that we're saying this thing. You understand?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Shaw has been wonderful. What's his name? Maguire is a what's the right word to use now? He's a team player. Comes
Yeah.
in, substitute,
Hmm.
does his part. Euro is improving. Delete is a beast. So is Liverpool are having defensive issues. Chelsea are having more defensive issues.
Hmm.
And we're saying this
Yeah.
thing. Other things can come in. Madrid can come up.
Yeah. Of course. Of course.
Anything can happen.
And
Madrid can come in.
yeah, and as much as we know Maguire is leaving, because one of the reasons why United are going for Guehi is because Maguire's contract talks have stalled, so that it seems like the club is saying that's enough. You can go. Luke Shaw might be sold, might leave. So you look at the remaining ones. Martinez, we are not sure whether Martinez will still be around the club. Will the club be willing to keep him
Yes.
based on his injury record? So you're looking at least 2 or 3 defenders being sold. So it makes sense why United are going for Marc Guehi. If you look at still the 3 defensive options, we still have a lot. We
Yes.
have we have Delict, we have Yoro, we have Eden
Heaven.
Heaven. Mazraoui can play there. So it's and you still have like the likes of Fredrickson who are in the academy,
Yes,
and some
yes.
academy boys that are really really good. So if he comes in, yes, he's a good option. We need good options to
Improve
challenge
the
for
team.
trophies, to
Yeah.
improve the team. But now the question will be, um, which one do you pivot? Do you pivot trusting the young players? Because Eden Heaven is good, Euro is good, and will these young players still accept to stay on the bench? Remember, Euro rejected Real Madrid for United. So now, if you sign, let's say, Marc Guehi, and you're telling Euro to still stick on the bench, then you're losing talent. Eden Heaven is also good. If you ask him to stick on the bench, you're
I think,
wasting his talent. So,
yeah, I think, um, I mean, if Mosquera can come to Arsenal and stay on the bench, we need to buy everybody. Let them keep. We should have. If you are changing fire, you are putting another fire. At
mm.
least a big team. Manchester United is a big team, so we should
Yeah,
have our bench should be perfect. Look at
mm.
City. If they remove Rangers, they're putting Sheki.
Yeah,
If they Savinho, Dogu, fire for fire.
mm.
So Manchester United should grow to that extent that okay, as we're removing Euro, no, delete, we are putting
Yeah,
Guehi. It's Manchester. It's
mm.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
possible.
it's possible. Yeah, my point is in terms of the player side, because we know what happens with
Yeah,
United.
yeah, yeah. Yes, 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 yes,
You look at,
yes,
for
yes.
example, Kobe is not getting game time, Zaxi, and we have all these rumors of them wanting to leave. So, but if the guys can accept that United will be participating in a couple of tournaments, not only the league, for example, Europe, there'll be Carabao Cup, there'll be FA Cup, there'll be the Premier League, then it's a good squad to have. And we always know that Amorim, among his first substitutions, there must be a centre back. So there are opportunities to play. There are opportunities to play.
Yes, yes.
And speaking of defensive options, Anthony Sadiki said on TikTok, if we could get at least one midfielder and one left wing back in January, it will help in our Europe football target. And speaking of left wing back, one of the names that has been mentioned is Semenyo. Semenyo apparently has asked for a move in January after just signing a contract over the summer. Remember that United went in for him, but the move didn't happen. There are
Yes.
clubs, a lot of clubs that are interested in Semenyo. Among them is Arsenal. We also have Liverpool. Liverpool are quite ahead, as well as Arsenal ahead of United in terms of their negotiations or interest. So the question is, yes, United are interested in Semenyo. Will Semenyo be interested in United, and would he be willing to play as a left wing back?
Every African is a Ghanaian. Every African is a Manchester United fan. You know, sorry, let me rephrase. Most Africans are Manchester United fans.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if he has the option to play for Manchester, he's going to play for Manchester. Remember,
Yeah.
we actually went for him 50 million.
Mm. Yeah.
And then there was a little bit of delay. Then after we bidded the following week, we signed Cunha.
Yeah.
I think that
Mm.
signing of Cunha actually stalled Semenyo's signing.
True.
We are contemplating, okay, we've gotten Cunha. Cunha can play on the left. Should we go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and get Semenyo?
Semenyo, yeah.
Then 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later, we got Buemo.
Mm-hmm.
Now he signed a new contract, and he has been Bournemouth's best player this season. 11 matches, 6 goals, 3 assists. He's on fire.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now look at what is happening to and Ahmad and Mbuemo's combination. Ahmad is not a traditional right wing back, but due
Mm.
to the philosophy of football that Amorim is playing, you
Yeah.
could see what Ahmad is delivering from that wing. Even at Sporting Lisbon, Amorim likes to use a traditional winger to play that left wing back.
Mm.
Dogu is struggling because he's not a traditional winger.
Mm-hmm.
So he prefers to use a traditional winger to play. That's the left wing back or right wing back. I think the only two players that Amorim can actually use that are not traditional wing in that are very good and based on experience is Dumfries. He's not a traditional winger, but if he comes to our team, he will play that wing very, very well. Experience, matured experience, Then DeMarco too. Then DeMarco, those people are OGs. He's OGs in the football, they understand.
Yeah.
But Amorim likes to use traditional winger. Then Semenyo, we have been praying for somebody like Semenyo actually, because we have said it here. Our left wing is actually dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
In attack, our left
Yeah.
wing is dead. Tottenham game, if we had somebody on that left, like Semenyo and Cunha on that left wing, would have won that game because Tottenham, they had a game plan. Same thing that Nottingham Forest did. In fact, if you want to play Manchester United, if you overload the midfield a little bit, just block the right, we won't play anything.
Yeah.
Just overload the midfield a little bit, then overload the right. That's all.
That's all. True.
That's
True.
all. Manchester United won't play anything. So
Yeah.
we need somebody that once the right is overloaded, we'll move the ball back to the left.
Yeah.
And the left will be as effective as the right, or even more effective than the right. That's what big teams. If Doku try, work, he will pass to Cheki. Then they move the ball to Savinho. The same thing. If Vinicius try, it doesn't work. They can switch it up, pass it to Rodrigo or Mastratuno.
Yeah.
We need options. If Bakola try, it doesn't, or Kvaratskhelia try, it doesn't work. They move the ball to Dowie or Dembele. Hakimi, Mendes. So we need those kind of players at Manchester United. If we're able to get him, I heard the release clause is 65 million. The same price we got Cunha.
And
we have money.
Yeah, and actually it's not 65 million in total. It's 60 million guaranteed and 5 million in add-ons.
We'll add them 5. We'll give them
so just give them the 65. Yeah, I will definitely go for Semenyo as a left wing back option, as well as he can come in and play as the left 10. And when you look at how Amorim plays, you've mentioned quite well there that Amorim does prefer playing wingers as wing backs. That's why you find that Nuno Mendes was performing well. And right now, you actually look at PSG and Nuno Mendes, he's operating more of a winger than actually a wing back.
Juanda.
And Giovanni Kukenda. So you look at those are traditional wingers, and they play well in that system. You look at Ahmad is thriving because he's a very good winger. He's a very good wide player. So Semenyo coming on would complement what happens on the right, as you said. You look at Mbumo. There's a time Mbumo plays as a left wing back. Ahmad slots in as the right 10. You look on the left-hand side, we have an issue because Dogu, you look at Dalot, they want to operate as natural left backs or wing backs who go wide and cross in. That's why you see most of our goals, most of our attacks are coming from the right because of that switching up of plays, that switching of positions. That is, there's a time Mbumo goes wide, Ahmad cuts in. There's a time Ahmad goes wide, Mbumo cuts in. So if we can have, let's say, Semenyo and Cunha doing that, or Semenyo and someone else doing that, that's absolutely amazing. That's something I would invite. The other thing we also have to consider is Semenyo can also come and play as a forward. For example, right now we don't have a forward like Šeško. Amorim does not seem to trust Zaxi, so he can come in and play as a forward. He can come in and play as the fluid front three. I saw one of the big newspapers. I can't remember whether it was the Mirror or Metro. They were saying that the article was written like Amorim wants a fluid front three. He wants guys who can play across the three positions, everywhere. So you look at Semenyo, he can do that. You look at Šeško right now, he's doing that perfectly. There is a time Šeško is a 10, there's a time he's a left 10, right 10, there's a time he's a forward, and Semenyo fits that bill. So The news are stating that Amorim, Wilcox, Berada, they met with him in June. In fact, Amorim had dinner with him and he submitted the project. So there is some relationship there with United. The question will be, which club does Semenyo choose? Because Semenyo, at the moment, Liverpool and Arsenal are ahead of United. The other thing I did mention is a while back, and I keep mentioning it, is whenever a player wants to move, whenever an agent wants to get a move for the player, they have to throw United into the mix. They usually throw United into the mix so that the transfer battle can become more interesting, because clubs know. The
Yeah.
other clubs know that when United could go for a player, they will get the player. For example, Šeško. Newcastle went for Šeško. Arsenal went for Šeško. The moment United stepped in, it was a whole different story. Arsenal didn't get the move because of the amount of money. Newcastle were willing to pay more than Arsenal and United.
Yes,
But in
yes.
the
We
end,
are
the
winning.
player chose United. So agents usually throw the United name there. You might find that even United probably are not interested in Semenyo anymore.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible because I'm checking. I don't think he will go to Arsenal because he he won't play that much
Hmm. Hmm.
because Eze is good, Saka is good, Gokoris is a natural nine. Where he might actually play is Salah is old,
Yeah.
so they might buy him to as Salah's replacement. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
but like I said, if he's sold on the vision of why he didn't actually come to Manchester United, if you ask me, is because he said, "Ah, wait, you guys have signed Cunha."
Hmm.
So he said, "Where will I play? We'll sign Mbuemo. You have
Yeah.
Ahmad." So
Yes.
now it's now left for us to tell him, "Don't worry, the kind of football we are going to play.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
we sign Ahmad and these people, say hey, Ahmad is playing, Mbuemo is playing, and they're playing well.
Mm.
You can
Mm.
also play.
Yeah.
You can also
Yeah.
so if it comes good, and I don't know if you included this, him and is it Adeyemi or something?
Yes. And that was the next person we are going to
Oh,
discuss.
okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so you see why I brought him up is because now we can see the kind of profiles that we
Mm.
are linked with. It's almost the
Yeah.
same speed and agility, ability to
Hmm.
play in different positions. Adeyemi can play 10, um, left 10, right 10. He
Yeah.
can also play 9. I think yeah, he can play 9
Yeah.
too because I've seen
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
playing now. And he has
Mm.
speed, he has strength,
Hmm.
almost similar to Semenyo. Just that the only thing is that Semenyo is very strong, brutal. Semenyo is more physical than him. You know.
Yeah. And we know United are also going for Premier League proven players.
I'm Premier League proven. But the point is they have almost the same fit and profile. Which
Mm.
if Adeyemi comes, he will still play that left wing back.
Yeah.
He will still play that left wing back. So we just need somebody that can give us something that
Mm.
um something else that Dogu is not giving us, that Dallas is not giving us from there. We could have scored a
True.
lot of goals from that wing.
Yeah.
People say Cunha holds the ball. I say Cunha holds the ball too much. But if you look at it in retrospect, you will see that sometimes when Cunha holds the ball is because if you that wing, if you push, who will they pass to?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes although sometimes they will open, that's his kind of football. He likes hold the ball and move. But sometimes
Mm.
who will he pass to?
Yeah. Yeah.
If he has somebody on him running and making those kind of runs, he will pass it now. If he doesn't pass it, the whole team will shout at him that look at this guy is open.
Mm.
If he does it the first time, second time, third time, they will shout. And I trust Bruno. Bruno will talk to him, pass ball, you know.
Yeah. You
So
you
we
can
need
always you
yeah,
can
we need another
always trust you can always trust Bruno to moan. Bruno
person.
likes
Yes,
moaning.
yeah.
Now, some of the comments. Anthony Sadiki on TikTok is saying, Semenyo denied us during the summer. I don't see him coming. I will go for Estupinian as a left wing back. Estupinian just
Hmm.
recently moved. He just recently moved. Will he be willing to come to United?
Even if it
Kevo,
does, it will be more expensive.
yeah, it will be more expensive. And he just moved. So Kevin Vinks, hello there, hello to you. Anthony also adds and says if Semenyo had not have if Semenyo did not have a very good start of the season, it would have been easy to get him in January. His form has attracted attention from other clubs who are better now than us. He could have signed. Yeah, he could have signed.
Yes.
Yes, Casey. Before I respond, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm seeing
Mm,
him going more like Liverpool because, like I said, if he had come earlier, no problem. But
mm,
every footballer wants to go to a club that they will feature week in, week out. And finally, we don't know. We're just saying because we are Manchester United fans. He might not want to play that left wing back.
yeah, yeah.
He might not want
True.
to play the left because he might not be getting as much goals as you know. He might want to
And
play the left
and
10 or the right
probably
10.
that's why he rejected United.
Yeah.
Probably that's why he rejected United. The reports were stating that it was the salary he was given was less than what Cunha and Bumo are offered. But you might find that that's the agreed news to push out. Probably he said, "Hey guys, if I'm coming, I'm not playing as a left wing back. I want to play as a 10." So that's why. The Monk Doll on YouTube. Thanks for chatting on YouTube. Unfortunately, the comments are not coming through, so I'll just read them. We had technical issues when we were starting. If the Monk Doll is saying, if we get Semenyo, who do you bench? I don't think we get him after getting Cunha and Bumo and Brian. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. But at the end of the day, we have to have a good squad regardless. We mentioned that even if we are getting Marc Guehi, we do need to acknowledge that not everyone will start. And as well as United might probably be in Europe next year, we'll have Carabao Cup and FA, and we'll have the league. So if United want to challenge across all competitions, we have to have a good squad. Right now, you look at our wing back situation, also at our number 10 situation, it's not so good, to be honest. It's not so good. For example, if Mbumo right now gets injured, that means Mount coming in. So assuming Mbumo gets injured for, let's say, 10 games, that means you have to rely on Mount the 10 games, and Mount cannot play 3 games back to back. You look at if you say you're going to play Kobe up front, that leaves you with one midfield option on the bench, and that's Ugarte. So in case Bruno or Casemiro do get injured, or one gets a red, another gets injured, we still don't have a good squad. You now start tapping into the academy. So Semenyo will come, and furthermore, one thing we need to understand, Casey, is when it comes to big clubs. When it comes to big clubs, you have to accept to sit on the bench. It
Yes.
happens.
Yeah.
When you come from a small club where you're used to to play week in, week out, when there are some games you'll sit on the bench. For example, Isak sits on the bench sometimes. Ekitike sits on the bench. So if Semenyo is going to Liverpool, there are games where Salah will sit on the bench. For example, the Champions League game, they beat Frankfurt 5-0. Salah was on the bench. He started from the bench. There are games that Semenyo will start on the bench. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to Liverpool and he'll start all games.
Yes.
Mm,
I agree. I agree.
mm,
I agree. I
mm.
agree. That's what playing for a big team entails. I mean, Adagola just recently started playing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but if he comes to Manchester United, like I said, we are seeing this thing as Manchester United fans. I don't think
yeah,
he's going to come to Manchester United because in case Mboimo gets injury, you know, he
exactly.
will be looking out for himself.
Yeah.
Everybody has to look out for themselves. He's looking out for himself, and realistically, if Liverpool comes for you now, Salah is sure to. I don't know how many years. It's a 1 year contract they gave Salah. I think with option to
Mm-hmm.
extend. They might not actually extend Salah's contract again.
Mm.
And he will start. Semenyo cannot be in Liverpool, and Salah is no longer there, and you won't play. You won't play Semenyo. You
Yeah.
understand? But Mbuemo is young and
Yeah.
active
Yeah.
and on form. Semenyo is young, active, and on form. Of course, we'll play Mbuemo because Mbuemo has been working for us.
Mm.
You
Mm.
understand? So I hope he comes. I hope he comes. He's a good player. But if he doesn't come, we'll get other options. There are so many people, so many good players that will jump at the opportunity to play for Manchester United.
Yeah. And Karim Adeyemi has been linked with United. Remember, I mentioned that whenever an agent wants to find a move, United have to be thrown on the mix. And the Karim Adeyemi news were actually there for quite some time until Manchester United were mentioned as among the clubs who are interested. There were reports that Jorge Mendes, super agent Jorge Mendes, had discussions with United. And all of a sudden, every ATK account, not only United's ATK accounts, as well as other transfer accounts, picked up the news. And it was well known from summer that Karim Adeyemi wanted to move. He does not have a good relationship with Kovac. And now that United have been linked with him, the news were running the whole week. But today, just a few minutes before we started the live, Fabrizio came out to say no negotiations. United have not been in contact with Karim Adeyemi and his agent. Karim Adeyemi and his agent have not been in touch with United, so there are no negotiations.
Better.
Why do you say better?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't want Dortmund should stay on their own for now. Players from Dortmund should stay on their own for now. This guy Munoz from Crystal Palace. He was being interviewed, like he said. He said, "I would love to go to Real Madrid,
Manchester United, yeah.
Manchester United." I know they will keep mentioning Manchester United. Like even if we are still a big club,
yeah,
we are still a big club.
Yeah, we are. I want to show something here I posted a while back in response to the Adeyemi news, and it relates to Dortmund. It relates to Dortmund. The last time United signed players from Dortmund, or the last players signed from Dortmund, are the following. Let's see. So, the tweet said, "Breaking: United are targeting Karim Adeyemi," and this was on November 15th. That was 5-6 days ago. And Angelo Stiller, both are valued at 60 million euros each, so that's around 55 million pounds or thereabout. And then I said, all the players United have signed from Dortmund. You remember Shinji Kagawa didn't work out. Henrik Mkhitaryan didn't work out. And then Jadon Sancho didn't work out. So, are we sure we want to go for another Dortmund player?
No. We should look for somebody in the Premiership. They can play that one for us.
Yeah, true. Now, speaking of options in attack, options in midfield, one of the options that we won't have in striking is Šeško. Šeško is out for a whole month. Yes, the injury was not serious. He did not go to the international break. Scans were done. The clubs came out to say the injury is not serious, but he won't be able to feature for the club till January, which is still December, which is quite sad. As United are getting away from injuries, more are piling up. Casey.
Yeah, I think we are just trying to be safe. I think he can actually play.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but he's not 100% fit, and Amorim is trying to say if he's not 100% fit, don't play him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let him go and rest. I mean, I'm not even bothered about that wing. If we have Zexi. The other day Chidobe trained with the first team.
Mm-hmm.
If Amorim don't trust Zexi enough to give him a start, he knows how to arrange his team. Probably push Cunha to 9, push Bruno up front to the 10. Then play Meno in the midfield. Let's see. Change the game a little bit.
Honestly, that's the lineup I would go for. Yeah, I love Jay-Z. I love Joshua Zirkzee. I would like him to start, but I would like to see that lineup. Casemiro and Kobe in midfield. Then we have Bruno as the left 10, Mbumo as the right 10, and Cunha up front. Or the other way around. We have Mbumo as the striker, Bruno
Yeah,
as the right 10, Cunha as the left 10. In fact, that works way better because Mbumo
mm.
is a way better striker than Cunha. Mbumo
Yeah.
has,
Cunha holds the ball too much.
yeah,
He holds the
and
ball.
then and then Mbumo has the eye for goal. I mean, look
Yeah,
at the header he scored. Look at the goals he has scored in the box.
yeah,
He has better striking movement, better striking instinct than Cunha. So I would go for that lineup and probably now bring on Joshua Zaxi as a substitute, as an
I'm
option.
Mount later. I'm Mount. Yeah.
Mount, yeah, Mount. I keep forgetting about Mount because for me, I don't think he's a player that we should keep at United for longer than this season. To be honest, we need to start thinking of moving him on and get a better player. Yes, Mount is good. One thing I love about Mount is he makes everyone around him play better. He's good. He's a good presser. He works hard. But I don't want to have a player that I can't rely on 3 games in
Yeah.
a row. You look at Mount, he plays 2 games. The third game, you hear he's out, he got a knock or something. So I would rather get a more reliable player. For example, Dalo. Dalo is is more reliable in terms of fitness
Yeah. It's more
compared to,
real.
to Mount. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So we don't have an issue. Then if peradventure we are playing Everton, and we are like 2 goals, 3 goals up, we can maybe try Chidovi or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think Sesko is not. How many goals has he scored since? 2 goals, and we have been
Two
scoring
goals.
goals. So
Yeah.
it's not a problem. He can take his time.
Mm.
So it's not going to be
Yeah.
a problem. Let him take his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, Jeff Ahmed on TikTok is saying Martinez won't start. Of course, Martinez is not ready. As I mentioned, and it was confirmed, the earliest you can see Martinez is December because he's just started training on the grass, started training with the team. So I don't see him playing versus Everton. The last time United played Everton, we scored 4 goals. Joshua Zagzi had a big say in that game. It will be interesting to see whether he starts this game considering Šeško is away. But one thing I would like to highlight is Mbumbo not going to the World Cup. Oh, sorry, to um, AFCON, I think. Why do I keep confusing the two? Mbumbo was knocked out of AFCON, right?
No, no, no. They are playing.
They are playing, but they
They are
were
not going
knocked
to.
out. They are not going to the World Cup. Yeah, because I thought so. The last live I had, someone confused me that they are not going to AFCON and the other one World Cup. So I wasn't sure which one. So
No, 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 no.
that tells you
Cameroon qualified. So, but they won't go for World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah. So that tells you I'm not a fan of international football, to be honest.
Mhm.
I'm not a fan of international football, to be honest. And speaking of international football, Bruno did score a hat trick. Uh, and did you see that Scott McTominay wonderful goal, the
Yeah,
golazo?
yeah, I saw it. I saw the goal. Very, very good goal. Very good goal. That's you start remembering Wayne Rooney's goal against Manchester City.
Hmm.
Very, very good technique.
Yeah, but sometimes you have a look at those players and you wonder, what if he was at United, especially now in the Amorim system?
He
McTominay
might
would
not
have
actually
been
play
a
well in
beast.
the Amorim. See, that's the way football is. He might not actually play well in the Amorim system. You know, he might
Mm.
not actually play well. But if we had him,
Hmm.
at least Bruno can rest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If Bruno can rest in the midfield, because he progresses the ball more than Kobe Mino.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he progresses the ball more than Kobe Mino, and he has an eye for goal.
Hmm.
So if we had him, he would have been more better for Manchester United than Mino. But he might not actually play well.
Hmm.
Anthony was at Manchester United playing rubbish, but he's actually Real Betis' best player. These things happen.
Mm.
These things happen. So I don't. Sometimes you don't judge a player by uh, uh Manchester. He was here playing well. He was there not playing well.
Sometimes maybe environment. I don't know. If Anthony was at Manchester United now, we won't be looking for somebody to play that left wing back for us
Yeah.
or right wing. And would have been starting. He would have been starting.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But so these things happen. These things happen.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good
they
goal.
do. Yeah, yeah, it was a very good goal, and I watched the highlight of that game. It was a crazy, crazy game.
Yeah.
Went to 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, then 3-2, 4-2. It was one of the best games I've ever watched. But one thing saddened me yesterday was Kenya giving Sadio Mane a hat trick. I think international football should just be banned in Kenya, to be honest. We should just ban international football and say no more football being played. I mean, how do you concede 8?
Wow.
How? I tried watching the game. Honestly, I did try watching the game. And then when I saw the fourth goal go in the first half, I was like, nah. And lucky thing is, I was to do a watch along, then I decided not to do the watch along. So I'm glad I
You are
didn't do the
lucky.
watch
You are
along.
lucky you didn't do a watch along.
I would have lost my record of the watch along. We haven't lost a game ever since we started a watch along. So it was embarrassing. Then I looked at the scores at halftime 6-0. 6-0 at halftime. What? I don't even know what to say. I don't want to curse live, but 8-0, man.
Ethnic is too much. Ethnic is too much. But
It's too
like
much.
too much. But like I said, everybody needs to go back, do the right thing. That's just the thing. There are lots. Okay. Do you know, like for Nigeria, one of our best player this so far, apart from Osimhen, normally everybody knows Osimhen, and why we lost that game is because if you watched it, he didn't turn up.
Yes, and he got injured.
He had a knock in the second half. He left immediately. He left.
Yeah,
Nigeria team died.
yeah.
So one of our best players, the guy is wearing 2. His name is Benjamin Fredericks.
Mm.
Do you know that he has not played senior team football for Brentford? He's in Brentford, but he has not played senior team for them. He was on loan in that is it Dundee or Denver? One club like that. But he is. If you see that guy, let me just say he's better than Euro. He's a defender. It was in this qualifier that Brentford, I remember, we have a player, is this good though? Brentford has started posting him back to back. when you want to get likes and comments, just post a Nigeria player. Nigerians will come. You might get 100,000 likes. You know the way Nigerian people are. So my point is, there are many Benjamin Fredericks in Kenya. There are many Benjamin Fredericks in Nigeria that have not even played. We don't know them. That are undiscovered, playing for the local teams. Some are playing for maybe one club in Kazakhstan that is unknown. This is where that funding comes in. Go check those people out. You can gather them now. Let them train. If they train 1 year, 2 years, they try it in the next AFCON. You see their leg. Have like a project, 4 years project. You check your progress. 5 years progress. You check, But we don't do that. Many African countries start preparing for tournaments 4 months.
Yeah.
4 months they will start scrapping. So you can't break protocols. If you don't put in the work, you won't get the result.
Yeah. Yeah. True. And also corruption chews up our international teams,
Yes.
You look at Kenya. Kenya has a lot of talents. Kenya, as you've mentioned, there are players who are playing in the Australian League. We have players playing the Belgian League, the Swedish League. We have players also playing in England, in the Championship, in League One, League Two. There are Kenyan players playing there. We also have Kenyan players playing in Germany, all over. Nigeria, we can't even start mentioning players from Nigeria. Nigeria, you have players from the highest level, highest leagues, all the way to the lowest leagues,
Can I show you guys something? I don't know. Can you see this?
Yes.
This is how Nigerian players, COC having ice baths. What is this? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. What?
This is just imagine what I'm saying. Look at imagine. Okay, look at it.
Send me that photo on WhatsApp so that I can display on screen. Send me
Just
the photo
imagine
on WhatsApp.
somebody that earns 300K per week. That has that the club used to fly in private jets. Then you will not come to the Super Eagles. You will not be discreet. Look at. Let me send it to you.
Send on WhatsApp so that I can display on screen.
I've sent it. See what they are. See what. And they pay them. They won't do anything. You put them inside Buddha. That's the recovery. after that's the recovery.
Let me just display this for the viewers before we end the live. This is quite interesting. Oh, lady. Oh no, that's an ice bath now.
That's Awoni, the guy that plays for Nottingham Forest. Awoni and Moses Simon that plays for Nantes in France.
Yeah.
Just look at after this is a recovery. What is this? They will put ice. They will put water inside. Look at how would these people if Mbappe and the rest play for France? They take them in. Somebody will massage their leg, take care of them. A doctor, a physiotherapist will take care of them. Look at ice bath.
Look at that.
This is Brentford player too, Onyekachi. Onyekachi and Awoni, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Nantes, and Panathinaikos. Is it this club in Greece? He's the captain of a Greece club. Imagine this guy now, Ekong is the captain of Greece champion. And look at how you're disgracing him.
I mean, I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words, to be honest. I'm lost for words because I mean, Nigeria also is one of the richest African countries because of minerals, oil, and all that. But I mean, what is this? What's this? You know.
Then you see that jersey they wear, they will be they will be sharing jerseys. Maybe after training now. Normally after training, they don't wear that jersey again. You see that after training, they have to go and watch that thing and wear the next day. How will these players perform?
They won't.
I'll be playing. I don't want to get injury. Don't come and give me injury so that I will not play for my club.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's quite sad. Isaac Mishanti is saying Harambee Stars is a horrible team. It will take 100 years to build a proper team. Now, Casey is complaining about Nigeria and these photos here, and I'm like, now where do I start with Kenya? To be honest, where do I even start? We tend to choose based on certain favorites. We have guys who push for certain players to be selected.
Yes.
There have been allegations, rumors that certain politicians, you have to give them certain players to go and play. There are allegations that players are selected based on kickbacks. You know, so there are so many allegations. But yet again, you look at the facilities, you look at things like training facilities, things like gym. You've mentioned about ice bath with that image. You look at local coaches in terms of capacity building. You look at local players. You look at our local leagues, the sort of stadiums they are playing on. You know, you look at the academies. Most academies are either for profit or the academies that are used just to get donation money to benefit a few. There are, yes, good academies, but you find that it's a community-based academy. So the structure is not there. The structure is not there. And the sad part is whatever we see happening to football is happening to all other sports. And I'm sure that, Casey, it's also the same for all other sports in your country.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same for everybody. So I don't blame like a former world champion sprint. She came online. She She said, look at, just imagine this. They said they went for the Olympics. In the Olympics already, do you know that they had to go and borrow things from the US team to be training? Like, it's not like they are preparing to train. No. They are already in the Olympics.
Yeah.
There is nothing for them to train. They gave them just, how can you give she said their own package for the Olympics that Nigeria gave them is they carry it like this. Because you just carry it in your hand like this. But the US team came with a big traveling bag. Per person, no, not for the team. Each person came with a big traveling bag that US team gave them. They had different types of gym wears, different type of training colors. This now Nigeria is two training. How can you Olympic? You give somebody 2 training gear, 2 clothes. As if you wear one today, you wash it. Wear the next one.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, you look at the some of the countries, even South American countries, they do struggle with financials or finances, that is. But you look at how they take care of their teams. You look at, for example, Argentina. Even the countries like El Salvador, Colombia, they also have financial issues, but look at their teams. Like right now, if you place Colombia at the AFCON, pretty sure they'll get to the semis and finals.
Yes, of course.
Look at Ecuador as well. Same.
Yes.
They don't have a lot of facilities. They do struggle in terms of politics and all that, but they do perform. You look at Kenya, you look at the athletes, the marathoners, the long distance athletes, that is. Most of them is because it's an individual sport and they train on their own and the facilities are readily available. You don't need a stadium per se. You just need to get somewhere where there is a cliff or a hill and run just high altitude.
Yes.
Yeah, you look at the equipment you need. A gym is available. Running shoes, they are not as expensive as football boots, shin guards. You need a kit. So financing a long distance runner, even if they do it by themselves, it's manageable compared to a football team. You look at some countries. I won't mention the country, but I had a discussion with one of the players, and he was telling me that when you get a national team call up, you start fundraising. You fundraise for your fare, you fundraise for your accommodation, you fundraise for your meals, you fundraise for your equipment, because the only thing the federation will do is just pay for your visa. That's it. So I don't know what's happening to African sports, not only football but all sports.
Yes.
I mean, how can Nigeria miss out on the World Cup? How?
It's crazy. You know, Ghana missed out on AFCON. Ghana missed out on AFCON. They had issues too. They had issues of corruption, issues of favoritism. The coach will play this one, play this one. Issue of voodoo, many negative issues. Do you know what they did? They sacked everybody. That was why they were able to qualify for the World Cup. Then they started losing their matches. Then the president sacked the Football Federation. Everybody sacked, down to the coach who sacked everybody. Then they went back to the drawing board. They started preparing, and that was why they were able to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah,
they could not qualify for AFCON, but they came to the World Cup.
Yes.
You know,
I mean, the World Cup,
you will see results. If you do the right things, you will see results.
Yeah, the World Cup is a much bigger tournament compared to AFCON, and AFCON is every two years or so, but the World Cup is every 4 years.
I mean, Osimhen is 28. That means the next time, and mind you, African age, the next time he might not play the World Cup again.
Yeah. You
remember? Will it still be the Osimhen now that we know in the next 4 years or 5 years? It won't.
Yeah. You remember Samoa Gyan?
Yes.
What happened after that Uruguay loss? We forgot about him.
Yeah.
The same with Osimhen. Right now he's on form. He's one of the best strikers in the world. And him not going to the World Cup is a huge miss. It's a huge miss. Now, when it comes to Kenya, every Kenyan will tell you that when it comes to AFCON, when it comes to World Cup qualifiers, it's like praying for snow in the Chalbi Desert. It's that hopeless. Because guys look at the team, guys look at the coaches, guys look at the facilities, and they're like, we can't really beat these teams. There are teams we get pulled against. You look at the pool, you're like, on paper, these teams are beatable. But when you go and watch the matches, it's completely different. Like right now, Uganda and Tanzania are playing better than Kenya national team. If we are honest, they are playing much, much better. You look at those two.
Uganda has a good project they are doing.
Yes.
I've watched that team like 2-3 times. Good, they have a good team.
Yeah. You look at Kenya a few years ago, there are teams that couldn't beat Kenya.
Yes.
Like right now, DR Congo, I'm sure they will beat Kenya 3-0, 4-0.
DR Congo, after the match, I went on somebody's live. So a DR Congo guy came there. He was saying something. He said something about they have been building. They say, do you know that Vincent company is from DR Congo?
Mm-hmm.
He said they have so many. I think they were colonized by Belgium or something.
Yeah.
So they have most black players in Belgian team actually from Congo. So what their president and the federation did is that they formed a project. Then they went in, started getting. Wan-Bissaka is playing for them now. Tuazembe is playing for them now.
Yeah.
Wissa is playing for them now. So they started getting those their players outside. Come home, come home. The stadium is good. We have this good project. Come home. So that's why, if you notice, the team has really, really improved. Once you are doing the right thing, that's just the life. That's the way life is. If you are doing, it might not come soon, it might not come now, but if you continue doing the right thing, you will get results.
Yeah.
If you watch that match against Nigeria, you will not believe that it's Congo that is playing Nigeria like that football. For the second half, they were in fact, the keeper was at the second half of Nigeria. Nigeria was struggling. So put in infrastructure, invest in the local team. Come today, come tomorrow. South Africa will always have a good team because of the way their league is.
Yes. And they have a very, very good structure in terms of.
Yes. They might not have popular players, but if you play them, you cannot beat them easily.
Yeah.
And they will
I remember back then when I used to be in the field hockey side of things. I remember speaking to one of the coaches that used to work there, and he told me that when it comes to selection, it's done by a committee, and they have to make sure that all the provinces are represented. So which means they go and pick the best players per province. So it's not the coach or the coaching team that actually sits down and selects the team. There is a whole selection committee that sit down and select the team. And I believe it's the same with rugby, it's the same with football. And you look at their structures, they are very, very good. Their government actually takes sports very seriously. Very serious. You look at also the North African countries, Tunisia, Egypt. They're also taking their sports very serious. Yeah, they might not be the elites when it comes to World Cup, but you look at their players, you look at their projects. For example, you find like Morocco. Morocco have very good links with Spain and France in terms of the academy. So corruption is chewing up Kenyan football, Nigerian football. You've mentioned how Ghana are sorting it out. So until we get to a point where we say as it is, and when we talk about corruption, it's not only about money. It's not money. It's also corrupting the structure. For example, a coach knows the best players, but he can't select them. Or the selection committee selects based on kickbacks or selects based on tribe, based on clans, So that's the sort of corruption you're talking about. It's not only about money. I mean, how can Nigeria have buckets as ice baths of all things?
Then if we have buckets as ice bath, then imagine other facilities how it is.
Yeah.
Just imagine how other
The
facilities is.
facilities are,
And
you.
these are Ademola Lookman, current African football best player.
Mhm.
That scored 3 goals in the Europa League final.
Yeah.
He will come. Imagine, how he will come from Atlanta, come and enter ice bath. Do you know how embarrassing?
It's very not even the ice bath. I mean, how many times have we seen the news, and heard about those players who are in Europe coming and paying, let's say, hotel fees, accommodation
Yes,
for the players because
yeah,
they go to the facility,
they can use it.
they can't use it because it's a hostel. Some of them, you find that they negotiate, let's say, with a boarding school, and they want the players to sleep on those boarding school
And
beds,
go
and
and win your
they're
match the next day.
yeah, me and the next day. How many times have we had? Even Samuel Eto'o came out to say that he used to pay
It,
accommodation and
it
transport.
happened. It happened against Gabon. I told you now in our last
Yeah.
thing that the Super Eagles said they won't play, they won't train.
Hmm.
Iwobi had to come out on TikTok and do a video that look at where we are.
Hmm.
Imagine it happened last week, not this one that they came that would not
Yeah.
qualify. It happened. Say, look at where we are lodged though.
Hmm.
Then Nigeria started going crazy. Then the Football Federation had to go and change hotel for them.
Yeah, it happens. And you know why? It's because someone wants to chew up the money. The money is there to pay a five-star hotel, to pay good gym facilities, to pay a good training ground. But someone just wants to chew the money. They want just to eat the money. You find that, for example, I remember there is a time Kenya, can't remember whether they went to Ghana or Nigeria, but one of those countries, and they were training in a primary school ground that didn't even have grass. You look at European countries, and you will see it in the January in the February March international break. They'll start preparing for the World Cup by setting up friendlies because the next thing we are waiting for is
Yeah, the World Cup.
fixtures. So you look at those European countries. You find, for example, England, if they are not in the same pool with Argentina, they'll organize a friendly. You know, so for example, Argentina can be told most of your players are already in Europe. So bring the rest of the players to England. We'll play at Wembley, or we play at Anfield, or we play at Old Trafford. You look at Africa, when it comes to preparation for the World Cup, what do?
We'll go outside to play. We'll go
They'll
outside to
just they'll just select a local club there or a select 11, and then they'll start saying that we play a friendly. So anyway, there's a lot that we can discuss about
yeah.
international football, but our time is up. Thank you, Casey, for the midweek debate episode 4, and for everyone who has commented. Let me just read one more comment. Bruno cannot be replaced. He can. He can. Trust me, Bruno can be replaced. There are some talents out there that we haven't really seen, but
Everybody's replaceable.
everybody is is replaceable. Ronaldo left Real Madrid. Still a good team. Messi left Barcelona.
Yeah.
Still a good team. Beckham left United. Still won trophies. Rooney left. Still got someone to replace him. So anyway, thanks a lot, Casey. See you next week. Will you be available for the Monday watch along? First of all, Let,
Uh,
let's agree.
on Monday. Oh, we are playing. Okay, yeah. I'll be available. We're playing Everton.
Yeah, we are playing Monday night, and it will be like, I think, 3 a.m. your time.
I'll be available. I'll be available.
Yeah, so let's do a watch along together. Guys,
Okay.
thanks for following. Yeah, thanks for following. I'm seeing MC Boblin on TikTok has just followed us on TikTok. Who else? Mark followed. Um, there are a lot. I'm just scrolling. Anyone else? I think those are the two that have joined. Sorry. So thanks for joining. Make sure you also follow KC Reacts on TikTok. I'm sure he ranted about the Nigeria national team, or if he hasn't, he
I have
will.
also. I will. I'm
So
still
he will.
recovering. I'm still recovering.
I don't. You see, the level of sadness is crazy. You are sad you didn't qualify for the World Cup. I'm sad we got beaten 8-0. I'm not even worried about AFCON and World Cup. So levels of misery are very, very different. So until next time, guys, cheers and bye-bye.